Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, here is your tarot reading for the week ahead. Congratulations, you've won the lottery in terms of readings for Pisces season. If I had to summarize it in just one sentence, just go ahead and do it. It looks really, really brilliant. The thing that's been tripping most of the star signs up is that as we move into Gemini season, which is obviously an air sign and governs duality and polarization, and if we think about the twins being stood on either side and it being two sides of the coin, that tension can feel a little bit overwhelming and not quite knowing which way to go, and that bit of that frustration occurring. What is great to see is that we start off with the Two of Pentacles, which has the sign of Gemini, arguably. The number 2, the Roman numeral number 2 and the Gemini is the same, but we have it in reverse here. And sometimes the Two of Pentacles upright feels like a never-ending juggling act, constantly having to choose between two opposing forces. It's a sense of ambivalence. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? This? Should I do that? And that leading to quite a high degree of frustration or feeling quite flustered. But the fact that that's coming out reverse seems to indicate quite early on, Pisces, that double guessing and that should I, shouldn't I is fairly quickly resolved. So if you're feeling a little bit perhaps at first, oh, am I being a bit too confident? Am I missing something here? Am I waiting for the other shoe to drop, so to speak? Or it seems so simple, particularly in comparison to maybe some of the other star signs feeling a bit frustrated or overwhelmed, particularly on a watery aspect. Scorpio isn't faring so well. Cancer's kind of somewhere in the middle, but you're by far doing the best out of the water signs and across the board, as I mentioned. And it's because you're not caught in this tussle between yes and no, yin and yang, light and dark. So much for so many other star signs, it's been about how to find this equilibrium, find this balance, and it being highlighted to us in the season of Gemini if we have not been maintaining a balance, or if we've been working to extremes, then that is going to bite us on the behind. But there's very much this feeling, and I suppose in some ways because Pisces represents duality too. You obviously have the two fish, but it's that duality working in tandem, working in a cyclical nature. So this sense of polarization or opposition won't be as jarring for you as it is for perhaps others. Very much indicated by your next card, which is the Ace of Cups. So note the fact that we've gone from the 2 to the 1. So where the duality is great because there is an opposing option, there is an opposing side, but it becomes detrimental because there is division or divisiveness. And there's a simplicity with one. It's just, well, this is the one thing to do and this is the one way to go. The fact that it's within the cups, to me, indicates that it's vital that you're listening to your intuition, something that Pisces knows how to do anyway, but also your heart, very much on the emotional realm here. It's not just on that, because we've also got the appearance of the Magician towards the end. Again, an ace, arguably, because it's ruled by the number of 1, and he's much more about the kind of conscious mind and the cognitive mind. So you're going to balance those aspects. So that's absolutely fine. But there's something with the Ace of Cups that says you're leaning into that sense of nurturing, you're doing what you love, you're doing what feels right, you're doing what emotionally just fills your cup. And that's absolutely correct. This isn't about being selfish. This isn't about kind of avoiding the obvious or anything like that. And as I said, the best thing about this is it doesn't lead to, oh, should I do this? Maybe I should do that. Oh, no, maybe I'm not quite sure. And then suddenly there's so much confusion. So those moments where seemingly things are feeling a bit obvious and a bit simple and just seem to be working out well and fine, trust that. Lean into that, enjoy that. It's not because you're missing a trick by any stretch of the imagination. We've also got another ace, arguably, in some ways, because we've got the Page of Pentacles. The aces in the page definitely draw comparison and parallels because they're at the start of the minor arcana and the start of the royals. And this time we've got the Page of Pentacles. So it's a nice thing to say. Yeah, it's almost like you're hitting all aspects, actually. Oh, now I really think about it, you are, because you've got the cups, the ace of cups, the pentacles, the sword is seen with the justice and the magician here. And I would say, and the magician even has the 4 elements in front of him. So you're hitting each of these aspects completely correctly. You're leading with the heart. You're seeing results of that. That is giving you a clarity of mind and you're feeling really inspired. That's the narrative that seems to be playing out. Loving your Tarotscope so far? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you never miss a reading. Drop your favorite emoji or share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. And check out the pinned comment below to find your rising and moon signs for a full 360 view of your season ahead. You'll also find a quick link to sign up for email alerts so you're always in the loop when a new Tarotscope drops. Now let's get back to your reading. This is all beautifully summarized by the fact that we have the appearance of the Justice card. You see the scales here, which is all about balance. For many other readings, the High Priestess has been showing up, which has almost a direct correlation with the imagery that appears in the Justice card, has a figure sitting in front of 2 pillars. But in the High Priestess, those pillars are black and white. Here, they're grey, which shows an equilibrium. So it's a lovely, lovely, lovely feeling. It's feeling, actually, I've got command of this. I'm not working to extremes and all of that wonderful stuff. And then finally, we have the Magician card too. And that's feeling really inspired. And your only mission throughout Gemini season, really, Pisces, is to act on these strokes of inspiration. Because you have this very kind of almost rare, but certainly privileged position of working from this even keel for things to feel that they've hit a center, then you've got the platform to drive yourself forward. It would almost be a bit of a shame if you just kind of enjoy it for enjoyment's sake and don't do anything with it. The Magician is all about strokes of inspiration, inspired thinking. It's almost like the match being struck and how are we going to bring forward that fire. Therefore, a great time to look at innovation, look at what fires us up, look at these bright ideas and start penning them down. Gemini is the mental faculties. So the Magician is ruled by Mercury, as is Gemini. So there's a definite overlap here. And that mental agility and that mental faculty is really ringing true at the moment. Great time to journal, great time to write, great time to get your plans onto paper about what you want to take forward. Doesn't mean you have to immediately act upon them at all, but because we have all of these aces, all of these seeds being planted, it's important that we at least get to the garden and put the seeds into the soil. Otherwise, we can't be surprised that things aren't taking root later on down the line. So as I say, you've kind of won the lottery in terms of the reading. So enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. That's my advice for you, Pisces. Does that help? Does that resonate? Let me know in the comments below. Do you want to learn more about the tarot? Do you even want to learn how to read the cards for yourself? Well, you're in luck. I am exploring each of the major arcana in turn on my YouTube channel, Fiongal Official. So go and check out the video library and you can watch how to interpret the cards when they arise in a reading. But other than that, I shall see you next time. Bye for now.